The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. This is preeminently the time to speak the truth, the whole truth, frankly and boldly. In these days of difficulty, we Americans must and shall choose the path of social justice, the path of faith, the path of hope, and the path of love toward our fellow man. Human kindness has never weakened the stamina or softened the fiber of a free people. A nation does not have to be cruel to be tough. Happiness lies not in the mere possession of money, it lies in the joy of achievement, in the thrill of creative effort. Men and nature must work hand in hand. The throwing out of balance of the resources of nature throws out of balance also the lives of men. I have seen war. I have seen war on land and sea. I have seen blood running from the wounded. I have seen the dead in the mud. I have seen cities destroyed. I have seen children starving. I have seen the agony of mothers and wives. I hate war. We must be the great arsenal of democracy. Freedom of speech, freedom of worship, freedom from want, freedom from fear. No country, however rich, can afford the waste of its human resources. Demoralization caused by vast unemployment is our greatest extravagance. Morally, it is the greatest menace to our social order. The structure of world peace cannot be the work of one man, or one party, or one nation. It must be a peace which rests on the cooperative effort of the whole world. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. Let us move forward with strong and active faith. Courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the assessment that something else is more important than fear. Democracy cannot succeed unless those who express their choice are prepared to choose wisely. The real safeguard of democracy, therefore, is education. More than an end to war, we want an end to the beginnings of all wars.
True wealth is not a static thing. It is a living thing made out of the disposition of men to create and distribute the good things of life with rising standards of living. Inequality may linger in the world of material things, but great music, great literature, great art and the wonders of science are and should be open to all. We know that equality of individual ability has never existed and never will, but we do insist that equality of opportunity still must be sought. Books cannot be killed by fire. Eternal truths will be neither true nor eternal unless they have fresh meaning for every new social situation. Every man has a right to life. That means that he also has a right to make a comfortable living. There is nothing I love as much as a good fight. The loneliest feeling in the world is when you think you are leading the parade and turn to find that no one is following you. No president who badly misguesses public opinion will last very long. remember you are just an extra in everyone else's play. Favor comes because for a brief moment in the great space of human change and progress, some general human purpose finds in him a satisfactory embodiment. Almighty God, who hast given us this good land for our heritage, we humbly beseech Thee, that we may always prove ourselves a people mindful of Thy favor, and glad to do Thy will. Art is not a treasure in the past or an importation from another land, but part of the present life of all living and creating peoples. The future lies with those wise political leaders, who realize that the great public is interested more in government than in politics. If in other lands the press and books and literature of all kinds are censored, we must redouble our efforts here to keep them free. I have loved to the point of madness that which is called madness, that which to me is the only sensible way to love. We may make mistakes, but they must never be mistakes which result from faintness of heart, or abandonment of moral principle. I have loved to the point of madness that which is called madness, that which to me is the only sensible way to love. I think we consider too much the good luck of the early bird, and not enough the bad luck of the early worm. I'm not the smartest fellow in the world, but I can sure pick smart colleagues. It is better to swallow words than to have to eat them later. When you get to the end of your rope, tie a knot and hang on. The barrier to success is not something which exists in the real world, it is composed purely and simply of doubts about ability. It is common sense to take a method and try it. If it fails, admit it frankly and try another. But above all, try something. We cannot always build the future for our youth, but we can build our youth for the future. Go for the moon. If you don't get it, you'll still be heading for a star. Happiness lies not in the mere possession of money, it lies in the joy of achievement, in the thrill of the creative effort. This great nation will endure as it has endured, will revive, and will prosper. So, first of all, let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Physical strength can never permanently withstand the impact of spiritual force. The point in history at which we stand is full of promise and danger. The world will either move forward toward unity and widely shared prosperity, or it will move apart. Our greatest primary task is to put people to work. This is no unsolvable problem if we face it wisely and courageously.